Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitaya Pataye Namaha, Sitaya Pataye Namaha. Here Ramchandra ji is continuing his exposition of Sankhya Shastra, the Sankhya philosophy, to Hanumanji, who is the Ansh or incarnation of Lord Shiva himself, where we have just been to his abode, Kedarnath. And what we were saying yesterday, that last class, that rather than take the world as a problem, you see the world as the glory of that one divine. Understand? Rather than taking your mind as a problem, you take the mind as the glory of the self alone. What is all the colors and forms that you are seeing, they are glory of the vision. All the ornaments are glory of the gold. All the waves are glory of the water. Because water is inherent in every wave. Gold is inherent in every ornament. Similarly, Paramatma, the self or the Paramatma, is inherent in everything in this creation. And we also told you where is the creation? Waking, dream, deep sleep, and Samadhi or Jeev Jagat Ishwar. Both ways you can look at it. So everything is pervaded. Now, if everything is nothing but the material out of which the whole creation is made, is nothing but the divine, Satchidanand Swarup, Parabrahma, Paramatma, then you have to mold your mind in such a way that you are able to access that divinity in spite of the glory, in spite of the manifestation. So in spite of the ornaments, you don't forget the gold, like the goldsmith. When you look at the waves, play in the waves, surf on the waves, but you don't forget that it is the water. Similarly, you move around in this world without forgetting that this whole rigmarole is expression of that one. And that one is not other than the Atma that I am. Those who know this, they are called saints and sages, rishis, munis, mahatmas, jivan muktas. They know this. Therefore they don't fight. So they don't argue. Therefore they don't want to change anyone. They see the whole creation as an expression of perfection, and therefore they don't have an urge to change the creation. And we start with our husband or wife, we want to change them. Then when that doesn't work, then we go after the children, we want to change them. Then maybe in your 50s, 60s, when nobody is there to trouble, then the attention comes back on yourself. Chalo, Swami ji ke saath chalte hain. Swami ji ko change karte hain. क्योंकि कोई बचा नहीं, आजकल तो बहुएं भी नहीं सुनती किसी की. तो what is written in our scriptures is only that which is already happening in your life. Nothing outside this creation. But the take is different. Your take is indulgence in the world. the approach of the scriptures is to recognize that everything is an expression, the glory, the affluence or क्या कहते हैं विभूति of that one. But when you don't want to understand this, then you come down one level. You say, Ishwar ne सृष्टि बनाई. When you don't understand the Ishwar and Prakriti also, then you come down to, मुझे क्या करना चाहिए? फिर भगवान बोलते हैं, कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्ते. Because you are so body identified. So world, you are giving so much reality to the world. So wherever you find yourself, there is nothing wrong in wherever you are. Whether you are in the bricks and mortars, whether you are in the gods or devatas, whether you are in rishis and your attention is on rishi munis, whether your attention is on the siddhas, or your attention is on the Ishvara, or your attention is on the Paramatma. How to take that as a trigger and propel yourself. You know, like that our pole vaulter, high jump karte hai na, so they take that pole, duk 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 duk, bhagte hain, dig it into the ground, to take that pole, raise themselves high into the sky, cross, not jump, फिर तो मर जाएगा, गलत जगह गिरेगा. He has to jump the other side. So he raises himself on the top, checks the bar, goes all around on the other side of the bar because the body has to be flexible. Even with one finger, he is taking that support till the whole body is on the other side. Then he lets go of the trigger, the pole, and falls on the on the mattress. फिर तालियां बजती हैं. इस तरफ गिरा. Oh my God, what happened? देखो. So all these what I just explained to you, Atma, Paramatma, God, Ishwar, Prakriti, Bhakti, Karma, everything. These are all ways to take the scriptures tell us. They don't say you are condemned. अब तू कर ही नहीं सकता. नहीं, जहाँ से भी है तू, wherever you are, even that Ratnakar Daku, because I'm telling that became Valmiki. He was a murderer. So he could absolve himself. He could absolve himself. So our saints and sages, they become a trigger. Scriptures can become a trigger. These yatras can become a trigger. Some disease can become a trigger. Some event in your life can become a trigger. And if you are smart enough, every moment can become a trigger to shift your attention to that infinite, uncorruptible self that you are. Every moment. That's the what you call approach of the scriptures and Mahatmas. They want you to come back. If you don't come back, they'll come down to your level and slowly, just like Arjuna went down to Arjuna's level. Krishna went down to Arjuna's level, and then from karma, dhyan, bhakti slowly brought him up. And then there was no doubt left in Krishna's mind. Arjuna's mind. Krishna's mind, no doubt is there. So in this manner, here it is said that that just like the reflection in a mirror proves that there is some person original apart from the mirror and the reflection, isn't it? Exactly the same way. This creation, which is the glory, proves that there is one whose glory this reflection called creation is. And that you are. Swami, too much responsibility. You have to pay the price for that. You have to dissolve yourself completely in that contemplation. And maybe on this journey, sometimes, some moments, you have experienced that. Because there is nothing impossible in this creation. And what is being told here is happening to each one of you every now and then. They are giving you a language, or satsang is a place where you are made aware that it is already happening to you every now and then. In fact, all the time. सिर्फ तुमको अवेयर होना. You have to become aware, you have to become alert towards it. Who are saints and sages? Who are always alert towards it. So no complaints. So therefore, these saints and sages are the experts in Brahmatmaikya Bodh. Tenatra sangata hyatma kutasthopi niranjanaha atmanamaksharam brahma navabudhyanti tattvataha. When Tenatra sangata hyatma kutasthopi niranjana. Kutastha is when you have seen a blacksmith. Remember, I don't know if it was in this trip or somewhere. This trip only. Somewhere on the roadside, in Dehradun. Dehradun. He had that piece of iron, and he was heating up the iron rods, and on that iron piece, he was molding the iron. Similarly, what is that iron? That both are iron. That piece of iron is also there, and the hot rods are also there. But when he's molding the iron rods, the base, the iron block on which he's molding the iron block is not getting molded. It is remaining the same. Exactly the same way, this Atma is that Kutastha, that iron block, on which everything comes, gets molded, and then goes away, is kept aside. Without that, molding is not possible. Can he hold that and keep trying to give shape? It is not possible. It needs some solid. It's the foundation. A house has a foundation, that is the Kutastha. Every building has a foundation, that is the Kutastha. You have a foundation, your parents are the Kutastha. This whole creation has a foundation. And what is that? That is, we will say, as long as our attention is on the world, we will say it is the Prakriti. But Prakriti also, by nature, it is changing. Like that iron rod. उसको तुम बाद में गर्म करके फिर सीधा कर लो. Then what is that? Because on which the Prakriti, the potentiality, the Shakti, because of which she is changing all the time. Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti, Jeev, Jagat, Ishwar. What is that which is not changing and the Prakriti is able to change? Because of which foundation? That foundation is the Purusha. That foundation is the Atma. That another name for Atma is Purusha. At the totality level, another name for that Purusha is Ishvara. That Ishvara, some people take it as Narayana, those who are Vaishnavas, some people take it as Shiva, those who are Shaivites, some people call him by any other god's name. Ganpati also, है ना? So अपने इसमें सब freedom दिया हुआ है. So in this way, and this Kutastha, this Kutastha Purusha, he is Tena atra sangata hi atma. It is unattached to anything. This Atma, the Kutastha Purusha, he is unattached. He does not get disturbed because things are coming and getting changed because in his presence or on him, he does not change. Our situation is different. If one thought comes, we change along with the thought. If the thought of hunger comes, we change along with the thought. A desire for hunger comes. Or likes and dislikes come. Or repulsion comes. Or attraction comes. But the Kutastha, he is unaffected, uninfluenced. And it is without blemishes. It's without any shortcomings. It's complete. उस पे ब्लेमिश मतलब दाग, उस पे कोई दाग नहीं है. It is, and because it is complete, there are no shortcomings in it. Then it is infinite. Atmanam aksharam. Aksharam मतलब क्या? Kshara is that which can be reduced. Change it, can be changed. It is not reduced, it cannot be changed. So it is complete. Brahma, now abudhyanti tattvataha. And in this way, this Atma is, क्या कहते हैं? It is immaculate, it is pure, it is invisible, it is subtle, it is divine, it is holy. And all these words put together, all these adjectives put together, it is called as Niranjana. Kutasthopi Niranjana. Niranjana. Anjana means what? Collyrium. You know, kajal lagate hai na? Kajal. So, Niranjana. There is no blemish, no shortcoming. Nothing can be added to it, nothing can be subtracted from it. Yet, the whole creation is coming out of it, and actually nothing is coming out or going in. Because it is always complete. Imagine a simple example to understand this is from the space, the whole universe is coming out. Continuously, it is universe is getting created. So many galaxies, so many, and so much destruction is also happening. But is space affected by the creation and destruction that is going on in the space? Is the space affected by the collision of the galaxies? No. Is the space getting heated by the heat of the zillions and zillions of suns, which are even more powerful than our sun? No. Does the air, fire, water, earth affect the space? No. But can the air, fire, water, earth express without the space? No. देखो मजा आ गया. Exactly the same way. So where do they go back? Go back to the space. And what is space? For our purpose, space is nothingness, emptiness. But are you empty? No, I am alive. So we are conscious empty space. But you forget that point when you go to sleep every night. So become aware, you are a saint. If you don't become aware, you are a Buddha. And in this way, the person, he forgets, the person forgets that he is the Parabrahma Paramatma, he is the Akshara Brahma, and which means, Akshara Brahma means that which cannot perish, that which cannot be reduced, that which cannot, but that means no change is possible. That means you are imperishable. फिर किस बात का डर, किस बात का फोबिया? It's one short solution for all and everything in life. कोशिश करो. You have given yourself so much time to maintain your families, bring up the children, etc., etc., etc. Now you have taken some time out for yourself for Chardham. Give yourself another present. You want, I will organize some ashram. You go, sit there, 10, 15, 20 days, 1 month, and contemplate like this. And don't go and start a sansar there. I want to do seva. कुछ सेवा मत करो. Be good for nothing. बस वहाँ पे अकेले पड़े रहो एक कोने में.
Can you explain on that?
क्या?
On that point.
Explain तो कर रहा हूँ.
नहीं, don't do seva.
Don't do seva means don't get involved in anything. और कि लोगों को अभी हम जैसे कर रहे हैं कि हम किसी को संतों को someone asked me, स्वामी जी, are we feeding anyone in बद्रीनाथ? मैंने कहा पता नहीं, देखते हैं. क्यों? मन में क्या विचार है? सेवा. और उससे क्या होगा? पुण्य मिलेगा. पता नहीं बद्रीनाथ I will come again or not come. This type of opportunity will come or not come. So where is your mind? Not on Atma. Your attention is on Punya. Maximum you will get by collecting Punya is Swarga. And from Swarga, you have to take birth again. No freedom from birth, rebirth. But by coming to this imperishable Akshara Brahma, to this Kutastha Chaitanya, story over. Even before the physical death, the story is over. This is how saints and sages live. That Yamraj, he knows the knowledge, but he's still doing his job. The son, who is the first receiver of the knowledge from Lord Narayana, Lord Krishna or Narayana, he's still doing his job. They have not stopped doing, because then you are no more. Then you become an instrument in the hands of the divine or totality to whatever is required to be done. See? Then there is no individual will. And in this way, Atmanyatma Vijnanam Tasmad Dukkham Tathetarata Ragadveshadayo Doshaha Sarva Bhranti Nibandhanaha. So, a deluded person takes the illusory world to be true, whereas a wise person, he sees that even the likes, dislikes, all the opposites, we'll just take that all the opposites in the world, because world is only nothing but opposites. Up, down, east, west, inside, outside, man, woman. And it goes on. Everything. Because Devta, Asura. That is also opposite. Good thoughts, bad thoughts. Loose motion, constipation. Opposites. Hydration, dehydration. Everything is pervaded by the wise man knows. Wise man's attention is not on the opposites. Wise man's attention is on that one which is pervading all the opposites. So eyes will see the opposites. Ears will hear all the contrary words. But his attention is that everything is pervaded by that one. Such is a saint and a sage, a wise person. A deluded person, an individual, he forgets that this Atma is the only truthful entity existing. Everything else that you are attached to or detached or want to detach from or want to reach or not reach, everything is changing. That is not the truth. So when we say that the world is also real, then the wise man's attention is on the substratum because of which the world is appearing and disappearing. His attention is on that. But our problem is, our attention is on the change and we are attached to the change. We want happiness from that changing or finite experience or object. And that is, you are just hitting against the wall. It is like, again I am repeating, it is like that dog who has been given a dry bone and he is drinking his own blood and thinking, I am not going to live. You try to pull that bone away. And you show him, I'll give you nice piece of meat. He will not, you try to pull that bone, he will not leave because he is tasting his own blood. We are like that. We don't want to leave our attachments. We don't want to leave our convictions. We don't want to leave our insistences that I was born, that I'm going to die, that I am a girl, I am a man, I am intelligent, I am unintelligent, I am a good singer or I am a pathetic singer. Dekho? We are not ready to leave these insistences and accept that you are the Parabrahma Paramatma. And dhyayato vishayan pumsan sangasteshu upajayate. The verse in Bhagavad Gita chapter 2 tells what? Dhyayato vishayan pumsan. What does it? Pumsan means person. Dhyayato meditates, contemplates, thinks. About what? Dhyayato vishayan, plural. Vishayan means what? Objects. Right? What is the word saying? What does the word include? Wish. Every object is poison. If you attach to anything that is finite, you are attaching yourself to poison. Vishayan. This is the beauty of Sanskrit language. एंड हु इज विष्णु, उसमें भी विष है, उसमें भी विष है. हु इज ही? He is pervading the wish also. That's why he is blue. और वो जो भी कलर है, रेनी क्लाउड्स और ब्लू कलर और वट एवर. सो ध्यायतो विषयान पुंसान. एनीथिंग यू थिंक ऑफ संगस्तेषु उपजायते. एनीथिंग यू थिंक ऑफ मोर देन रिक्वायर्ड, it will become, you will get attached to that object. When you get attached to that, sangasteshu pajayate, sangasteshu, you will get attached to that particular object. Or and now how do you get attached to that object? Only in your mind, because you're thinking again and again. This is how people fall in love, because they have seen something. I think this is perfect. और उसके बाद में दिन रात सोना बंद, और फिर उसी के बारे में सोचते रहो. Sangastheshu upajayate. Then what happens when you get attached? Next step. So then the desire arises, because that has become memory. Whatever you think about, that has become memory. That memory, whenever the right environment comes, it appears as a desire. What will happen to the desire? No. First, उसके पहले कुछ होता है. What will happen to desire? Either it is satisfied or it is not satisfied. If it is satisfied, then it will turn to greed. Can greed be satisfied? No. And if the desire is not satisfied, then what will happen? Anger towards the source of obstruction to fulfill that desire. Same thing with greed. When greed is not satisfied, then again, whoever is the obstacle, anger. Then next stage was anger. If desire is satisfied or not satisfied, it leads to. So now think, where is our life going? Where is our mind going? And when anger comes, then what happens? You get deluded. You get deluded. And when you get deluded means you can't think right. That was the Arjuna sthiti. Then what happens as a result of delusion? No. You forget. When your mind is deluded, you don't know. The result is you don't know how to discriminate between what is right and wrong. So that means the delusion is of the intellect. Intellect is unable to discriminate between what is correct and what is not correct. Should I get involved in this or not get involved? उसको समझ ही नहीं आता. और जहाँ where the intellect loses this ability, that is the destruction of man. See? And this is happening in all of us. Why? Because we have forgotten that we are the changeless principle. We are attached to the world. We are attached to the body. We are attached to our thoughts, emotions, convictions. And now we have collected more memories in Chardham. But these memories are better than the worldly memories. It's better than watching the TV serial and collecting those memories and remembering, yeah, I know 2 years ago this incident was happening, and still see how stupid these people, what do you call the choreographers are. They have made us attached to this story for the last 2 years, and they have not moved ahead even a little bit. You know that, and yet you put this TV on, what's going to happen next? This conversation happens in every house, those who are watching TV. पर फिर भी खोल के देखेंगे, चस्का लगा हुआ है. समझते हो चस्का? क्या लत समझते हो? लत लगना, एडिक्शन. ये चस्का अच्छा लगता है. पर जिस दिन आत्मचिंतन का चस्का लग गया, when you get addicted to continuously come back to be the original one, be aware and be attentive, be in the poise. जब इसका चस्का लगता है ना, आहा, बल्ले बल्ले. So therefore, here he says the our attachment towards the world, or the restlessness, or the experiences that are coming from the world, we divide them into raga dvesh, and they are only appearing there because of our misconceptions. Actually, nothing like that is there. Just like our Swamiji keeps saying, father, mother, daughter, sister, these are only roles which are just we have created in our mind. Actually, nothing like that is. Only man and woman is there. Similarly, instead of having forgotten that we are the body, we play the various roles. Similarly, we have forgotten that we are the Atma, and therefore we are attached to every damn thing in this world and wanting happiness from that object, that relationship, that hunger, that desire. The Atma is the same in all beings. The Atma is the same, whether human being or in that cat. Little bit this morning I was sitting outside, the cat was sitting at my door. Meow. ठीक है, उसको थोड़ा सा मैंने इतना इतना किया, शी वोंट लीव, फिर चुट के बैठ गई मेरे ऊपर, बाहर में सो बैठा था तो शी वॉन्ट्स लव, दैट्स ऑल. In that few moments of interaction, she got attached. So don't divide the world in your mind into likes and dislikes. Don't divide the world into friends and enemy. Don't divide the world into joys and sorrows. Don't divide the world into gain and loss, victory and defeat, good or bad. Don't divide. Remain in the center. कोई अगर बोलता है what a wonderful करके निकल जाओ. और अगर कोई ज़्यादा ही एक्साइट हो रहा है, ओह रियली, पर अंदर से हम क्लियर है, कुछ नहीं, नो रिस्पॉन्स. कभी कभी आ भी जाता है माइंड, लेट द माइंड रिस्पॉन्ड समटाइम्स, नो प्रॉब्लम, बट यू डोंट फॉरगेट द ओरिजिनल वन. Therefore, here it says, sarva bhranti nibandhanaha. So, to have endearment towards one person and hate another is also our own imagination of our mind. Nothing like this is there. Because what is there? If you say this is there, friend and enemy is there, that is the truth, then Atma becomes untrue. You cannot have two truths. There can be only one truth in this whole creation. Ekam eva dvitiya nanasti kinchana. So decide which one you want to give validity to that which is coming and going, or to that which is permanent. Those who give importance to that permanent one, they are called saints and sages. Those who give importance to the changing, the finite, they are called as samsari. They are called as samsari. And it's no accolade. It's an abuse. हाँ हम तो संसारी हैं, अभी मन में मत सोचना. स्वामी जी को कैसे पता चला हम संसारी हैं? मैं गाली दे रहा हूँ तुम्हें, मैं नहीं, शास्त्र. And in this way, and these imaginations, imaginary relationships, imaginary attachments, imaginary desires are created because of unintelligent attention given to various objects and beings. And in this way, and why that happens? Why we are giving this importance and attention to the various objects and beings? There is only one reason. We have forgotten who we are. Avidya, kama, karma. Avidya means forgetfulness of the self. I think I talked about it. Avidya means forgetfulness of the self. That forgetfulness of your own essential nature, that you are complete, leads to kama, desire. Desire how does desire come? We already told you. Dhyayato vishayan pumsan. So whatever comes, you get attached to that. And karma, and then that makes you do the karma to achieve, to procure. Then you put efforts. लगे रहो फिर मुन्ने भाई की तरह. कार्ये ह्यस्य भवेदेशा पुण्या पुण्यमिति श्रुतिः तद्वशादेव सर्वेषां सर्वदेह समुद्भवः. The Vedas affirm that righteousness and unrighteousness is determined by whether the deeds are good or bad, noble or ignoble, worthy or unworthy, honorable or dishonorable, graceful or disgraceful. All the creatures that have a body are bound by their deeds, which determine which new body they will get upon rebirth as a composite effect of all the deeds done by them in the present life. So, one tick. 24 days out of your life, you are going on a Tirth Yatra. Punya kara tumne. Because all throughout your life, तुम नहीं चाहते हुए भी you must have hurt someone. है ना? You must have trampled many ants. You must have sprayed many mosquitoes. Unknowingly. So many bacteria you have killed while breathing in or while eating food and chewing. पाप तो चल रहा है. तो उसको काउंटरैक्ट करने के लिए आपने तीर्थ यात्रा कर ली. See? So, aggregate of your total, now we are coming, see, from where Ramchandraji started, we are coming down now to the individuality. So, aggregate of actions in your life, aggregate of your deeds in life will determine what yoni, what womb you will be taking birth as in the next life. Provided you come to realize yourself while living. If you come back to being the Atma here and now, or at the last breath also you remember, but you will not remember that because the last breath, the memory will be the aggregate of the total life. Balance sheet बता रहा था ना मैं एक बार. तो तुम इस इंटेंसिटी के साथ, इस भाव के साथ, with this urgency, you keep contemplating that you are that Parabrahma Paramatma. See? So that at that time, one person was there. Some of you know, Jai Shri, you know? Jai Shri Raghavan. Some of you know Jai Shri Raghavan. So her husband, he had lung cancer. And she was in India. And he called me, Swamiji, I have been diagnosed with the cancer. I said, Acha. When I went, 3 months he lasted. They gave him 6 months. 3 months he was over. It was over. But in those 3 months, he conducted satsang every week. He used to call me and call his friends and everyone. And then the chemotherapy began, this, that. But kya kitna kuch, they couldn't do much. But he made one commitment. He told the doctors, I can withstand pain. But I don't want to go unconsciously with the last breath. Doctors were surprised. What do you mean? He says, give me only that much painkillers that I remain conscious. I remain aware. How will you know? No, I'll be chanting my mantra. He was chanting Sai Ram, Sai Ram, Sai Ram, Sai Ram, Sai Ram, Baba ka Bhakta. And he left the body. I flew to India and that day itself he passed away. I went to see him in the hospital many years ago, 25 years ago. And with the last breath, he was continuously chanting it for many years. But even more awareness. Now that disease made him very single-pointed. Nothing to do with family, nothing to do with the world, nothing to do with the money, this, that. वो एक दिन में सब sort हो जाता है. Will लिख दो, सब हो गया clear. Now what to do? Sai Ram, Sai Ram, Sai Ram, Sai Ram, Sai Ram. And he left. The last breath came and Sai Ram. It's a lifetime of preparation. My grandfather, when he passed away, he used to chant Om. मैं किसी को बता रहा था यहाँ पे, by the time he has chanted second Om, not in his mind loudly, by the time he chants the second Om, अन्ना को आप मिले हो? नहीं मिले. आप में से कोई नहीं मिला. He passed away in 98. Mum's father. So by the time he chants second Om, he's in Samadhi. He's in meditation. When he left his body, so the doctor called me. I went to the nursing home. My cousin sister also came. And when I was going, I quickly picked up Bhagavad Gita also, and I picked up some Ganga Jal also. और वहाँ पे जाके तब तक मम्मी डैडी तैयार होके they were coming. So I went there and his lips were open. So I took the Ganga Jal and I put it. Clinically he was dead. Clinically he was dead. The moment I put the Ganga Jal, the Adam apple moved and Om करके खत्म हो गया. Preparation. 40 years of his retirement, he was a yogi. The day he retired, he went on to this path. There you go. He was my first teacher. कि ये दो ओम के तीसरा ओम बोलने से पहले समाधि में कैसे जाते हैं. देखो, तो ये प्रिपरेशन है. You want to do deeds? Yes, as long as we have to, some action will go on, no? I explained to you difference between action and activity. So mold your mind in the correct manner. What data you put in is very important. Don't think only by physical deeds are the only deeds. No, what you speak is also deed. What you think is also a deed. At the body level, it is called gross deed. At the speech level, it is called subtle. And at the mental level, it is even subtler. So everything that you say, that you touch, that you feel, how you relate to everything. Whatever experience is coming, is your attention going back to the Atma? इतने सालों के मैंने ऐसा मस्त अमरूद कभी नहीं खाया, गया काम से. आत्मा भूल गए. आत्मा को अमरूद में ढूंढने लगे. हाँ, पर वो शिट बन के बाहर निकलता है. ये गलत. अमरूद इज ऑल्सो नॉट आत्मा. No name and form is Atma. Atma is inherent in every name and form. Now that way of putting it is important. See? So your attention should be not on the amrud, which will go into your mouth and come out in the backside. Your attention should be on the truth, which does not come and does not go. So in this way, here is a word of caution that is given by the Sankhya Yoga, which Ramchandra ji is telling. Nitya sarvatra gohyatma kutastho dosha varjitaha ekasa bhidyate shaktya mayayana swabhavataha. This Atma or soul is an eternal, infinite, universal being or entity, and it is the words here, sarvatra, it is everywhere. Sarvatra go, it is all pervasive. Then kutastho, it is immanent, it is the foundation of everything, it is the substratum of everything. Dosha varjitaha, it is without any faults. So this is another important point. If you can live your life without any regrets, guilts, and without any anxiety or expectations, you are realized. Wow, that's simple. Regrets and guilts are of the past. Expectations and anxiousness is about the future. Mind is functioning only because of past and future. You delete that, you are happy. Eka sabidhyate shaktya. And what is that? And this Atma alone is known as Maya, द डेल्यूजन. भिद्यते यहाँ पे बोल रहे एकस भिद्यते शक्त्या माया न स्वभावतः. Maya, what we call as Prakriti, what we call as individual level mind, has no independent existence. No swabhavata. It has got no independence. If there is no Atma, no consciousness, mind cannot function. Similarly, if the Purusha is not there, Prakriti cannot function. Just now, Shilpa was telling the story. See, every time the Shakti moves away from the Ishvara or disregards the Ishvara, she has to take birth again. And then Shivji has to go or Narayan has to go to help her come back. You read the stories or you read that, kaun sa tha wo? Devo ke Dev Mahadev. How many times Parvati has to take birth? How many times? Kitna बार? And every time शिव जी देख रहे फिर नारद जी जाके बोलते हैं that is Parvati. क्योंकि he is meditating. And all the gods are saying we want our mama back. हमने इतने दिनों से भिक्षा नहीं ली है. Then शिव जी अच्छा वो है कहाँ है वो? फिर he goes, checks, tests. And she is, because of her sanskars, she is already a devotee of Lord Shiva. She is unknowingly, she doesn't know why she is attracted to Shiva. She is attracted to Rudraksh, or she is attracted to Shivalinga, or she is attracted to Trishul in different incarnations, different things. Sometimes to Vibhuti. And then he goes. He has to, because she is thinking Ananyas Chintayanto Mam. She is thinking exclusively about him. He has to appear. He has to take the form and help her out. And that Parvati is not some person somewhere. That Parvati is your mind. It is inseparable from that Paramatma. When the mind forgets the Paramatma, it goes out into the world and gets lost. And what is that? And can it? So another, our Vedanta way, how we explain it, mind with thoughts, the consciousness with thoughts is called mind. Mind without thoughts is consciousness. That Parabrahma Paramatma or Paramashiva, when he thinks of his potentiality, he is called as Ishwar and Maya, Ishwar and Shakti. And when that Shakti is unmanifest, both of them are one, then there is no Shiva and there is no Shakti. They are one, they are Parabrahma, they are Paramashiva alone. Same way, whenever your Shakti merges back into its source, it is happening every day in you. What is your Shakti? Mind. Where does it merge back every day? Into the self, in the sleep. Catch it. And everything is over then. So this is happening, but you don't know it. Naturally it is happening all the time. Between every two thoughts, between every two breaths, between waking every day in the sleep, it is happening. You wake up to it, you are there. Wake up to it. Still time, you are not dead. Because death is a misnomer. It doesn't happen. If you understand this, there is no death. There is only Anand hi Anand hai fir. And in this way, this Maya alone takes the various forms. And that Maya is the glory, that Maya is the Vibhuti, that Maya is the Shakti, that Maya is the inseparable potential power of that Purusha. See. Yatha hi dhuma samparkan nakasho malino bhavet antahkarana jairbhavaihi atma tadvanna lipyate. Even as a contact with smoke appears to make the sky look hazy and unclear, but actually the sky is not unclear because it is not affected by anything, whether there is smoke or no smoke. Sky doesn't get affected by anything. The Atma also does not get affected by the notions, inherent tendencies. What do you mean by notions? You understand? Inherent tendencies, subconscious impressions, subconscious convictions, which have been cultivated in this life or have been borrowed from the past life. Sanchit. Atma is not affected by that. And natural inclinations of everyone. What makes each one of you different? Natural inclinations, isn't it? Sometimes you don't know why you don't like something. Sometimes you don't know why you are attracted to something. Sometimes you don't know why you like that color and not other colors. You may be attracted to certain music and other music you will not enjoy. These are your natural inclinations. Just accept it. Prabhu ki leela hai. Don't make it into, I am only like that. No, it is like that. Not I am like that. It is like that. उसके लिए you don't have to feel bad. You don't have to feel good. Because of that, you don't have to compare. Like my mom always says, she can eat anything and nothing happens to her. I also was like that, but lately I can't take spices and I can't take too much sour things. And if she makes, every time she makes a meal, she has to ask, you did not say how it is made. और मैं अगर बोल दिया तीखा बना है, बाकियों से पूछेगी. अब सबके सब यंग लड़के हैं, बच्चे हैं, देखा है, इट इज़ फैंटास्टिक, उनको तीखा अच्छा लगता है. और मैंने बोल दिया, पूछा क्यों फिर मेरे से, फिर रुसू भाई रुसू, फिर रूठ के, फिर थोड़ा सा रूठना कि ऐसे थोड़ा ना होता है, हर समय तू सिर्फ कंप्लेन करता है. आजकल कंप्लेन पहले नहीं करता था, अब कर रहा हूँ क्योंकि मेरे से खाया नहीं जाता, तो अब मैं खुद बनाता हूँ. पर ये हो जाता है नेचुरल. अब पहले ये इंक्लिनेशंस नहीं थी, पहले ये टेंडेंसी नहीं थी, अभी है. तो देयर इज नथिंग गुड और बैड. एवरी पर्सन इज डिफरेंट. So the Atma does not get affected by the notions, by the inherent tendencies, by the natural inclinations of the mind, and it is the foundation principle of every creature in the creation. Without it, the creature or the creation, gross, subtle or causal, cannot express. That gross, subtle and causal is the expression of that his potentiality. But because of that potentiality, he is not affected. Who is an individual who gets affected by his own potentiality? The one who comes to realize this and does not get affected by his own potentiality, which is called your mind, is a saint or a sage, is a wise person. और कितना सरल तरीके से बताएंगे. यथा स्वप्रभया भाति केवल स्फटिकोपलः उपाधिहीनो विमलः तथैवात्मा प्रकाशते. He says, even as a piece of polished crystal or quartz appears bright, radiant and bedazzled with illumination, this untainted, uncorrupt and pristine pure Atma, which has no attributes of its own, also appears to be self-illumined. Remember, क्या बोला था हमने? This is Adbhut Ramayan. Don't forget that. And some of you were not there when it started. In one yatra we started it. So there Parvati ji is telling that Ramchandra does not do anything. Everything that he is, that you know him, I only make him appear that way. So in that, so Ramchandra ji, she is not trying to bring out her glory, that I gave him form, that I made him grow, that I made him kill the Ravana. Her purpose of giving this explanation to the Durvasa Rishi and other sages is to show that Ramchandra ji is the Parama Purusha, that he is the non-doer, that he is the substratum, he is the kutastha, he is the all-pervasive principle, that I cannot function without him, but it is because of me that he gets a form. So, where is killing of the Ravan? In the Prakriti. Did Ram create the Prakriti? No. Prakriti has been created out of the Shakti or out of the nature. But Ram is the unchanging. Ram is... So that aspect of Ram, she is trying to bring out in front of all the saints and sages, or all those who are gathered in the Rajya Sabha. So, just as a polished crystal or quartz appears bright, radiant and desired, does crystal have its own color? No. But when it's associated with the red color, it appears red. When it is with blue, it appears blue. Similarly, that Shakti is the changing principle. Purusha is not the changing principle. So, when that Shakti is Rajasic, the Purusha appears Rajasic. When the Shakti is Sattvic, the Purusha appears Sattvic. When the Shakti is Tamasic, the Purusha appears Tamasic. Is it not happening with you? When your mind is Tamasic, the Purusha is called sleeper. When the mind is Rajasic, then the Purusha is called dreamer. When the mind is Sattvic, the Purusha is called waker, isn't it? At the totality level, same thing. Tamasic, total tamas, Lord Shiva is the Purusha. Total Rajas, Brahmaji is the Purusha. Total Sattva, Vishnu is the Purusha. Go behind that. When you say that she is the Prakriti, then he is called as Ishvara. Understand this, that's all. So, the Atma that you are, it is unaffected. The Ishvara is unaffected. The Parabrahma Atma is unaffected. Everything is unaffected. Very simple. In your daily life, you can see. Your eyes are seeing everything, but are they attached to anything? No. They are kutastha. Vision is kutastha, unchanging. Are you attached to the in-breath or the out-breath? No. So change is going on. Your kutastha, nose is kutastha. Is the tongue getting affected by hot, cold? No. Whatever comes, it reacts for a moment, but tongue remains the tongue. Taste remains the taste. Different tastes come, but the tongue as such remains the same. Same way, go back behind the senses, the mind. So many thoughts come and so many thoughts are going. Are they not? Is the mind coming and going? Kutastha. Just catch this. Just catch this. So the Kutastha principle is pervading everything. It's pervading the mind also, it's pervading the senses also, it's pervading the creation also in the form of space. It's unchanged. Even mental space, in mind also, dreams come and dreams go, the mind remains the same. Go. If you take a bigger picture, the waking dream, deep sleep come and go, the mind remains the same. Come back to the unchanging principle. That is the goal of your life. When? अच्छा घर जाके contemplate करेंगे. नहीं अभी. क्या पता लॉटरी लग जाए. क्योंकि सब चीजें अच्छी हो रही हैं. We are at the right place at the right time. The weather is conducive. Help is coming from unknown places. Everything is going smooth at the moment. When it can change, I don't know. So while everything is going smooth, shift your attention to the constant. ज्ञान स्वरूपमेवाहुः जगदेदद्विचक्षणाः अर्थ स्वरूपमेवाज्ञाः पश्यन्त्यन्ये कुबुद्धयः. Now slowly we are coming from the Atma, Purusha Prakriti, then we came down a little bit, Ishwar Prakriti, then we came down to the Purusha, that I'm explaining to you how the mind and the constant person, the kutastha and the changing. Now we are coming, and then it was told that all those who are constantly aware, conscious of that kutastha, they are saints and sages, and those who don't, they are samsari. Now, erudite, wise, enlightened ones who have their eyes of wisdom and deep insight and discriminatory powers perceive this external facade of the world with their eye of wisdom and with the perspective of Gyan, while those who have corrupted, pervert, evil, and ignorant mind, deluded minds, look at it or perceive it with a materialistic viewpoint. And what is materialistic viewpoint? What is materialistic viewpoint? Huh?
Desires.
Relative.
Materialistic viewpoint is without that object, I'm not complete. Without so much money in the bank, I'm not complete. Without my husband, I'm not complete. Without my wife, I'm not complete. Without my children, I'm not complete. Without my parents, I'm not complete. The day I left Melbourne, some Nepali group, all about our age. कौन थे ये सब के सब? The reason I was called, Swamiji, many deaths have happened in our families. Not in one family, all those who were gathered there. In every family there is death, and they don't know how to deal with it. All Nepali couples. सब लिपस्टिक विपस्टिक सब सच धज के रात को तुम्हारे घर में सत्संग हुई थी ना, उसके बाद मैं जहाँ पे गया था देर, तो I had told them, you have your dinner, I will not have, I'll have dinner and come, then we'll just have the satsang. And next morning I'm flying, and 8 o'clock at night I'm doing satsang there, after satsang at her place. और उनको रुलाने धुनाने की वजह से आई टोल्ड देयर इज नथिंग कॉल्ड डेथ. यही जो अभी एग्जांपल्स मैं दे रहा था, आई गेव देम दोज एग्जांपल दैट डेथ इज नॉट पॉसिबल. देखो, हमने कभी ऐसे सोचा ही नहीं. हम तो सोच रहे थे कि हर साल श्राद्ध करना है. आई एम मिसिंग माई पेरेंट्स सो मच, आई एम मिसिंग माई चाइल्ड सो मच, आई एम मिसिंग माई ब्रदर सो मच. बेवकूफ. You don't forget. You are not sad. You are sad because you are missing your relatives. You are not sad because you have not remembered your true nature. इससे बड़ा बेवकूफ कौन हो सकता है? So those who are and those, यहाँ पे एक बहुत बड़ी बात लिखी है. अर्थ स्वरूप मेवाज्ञा पश्यन्ति अन्य कुबुद्धया. Perverted minds think only in terms of cause and effect. Because we went to Chardham, पुण्य कमा लिया. My purpose of I came into existence because of my parents. Because we went with Swami, it was a very, seamless, trouble-free yatra. Cause even. कुछ ना कुछ तो बोल तुम्हारे मन में चल ही रहा होगा. Because I did not get extra towel, next time I'm not staying in this hotel. किसको मैं बोल रहा हूँ उसको पता है. होता है ना, cause and effect. Cause and effect. Life is not cause and effect. Atma Chintan is beyond cause and effect. Cause and effect is the Leela. Is the Leela. Is the Vibhuti of the divine, of that Atma that you are. And the perverted minds, the non-discriminatory minds, attached minds, they only live in cause and effect. If I do this, then I'll be happy. If I don't do that, then I'll be happy. If I eat that, then I'll be happy. If I don't eat that, then I'll be happy. If I experience this, then I'll be happy. Swamiji, when we do meditation, then what happens? again, cause meditation becomes the cause, and some experience becomes the effect. But meditation is not for cause for any experience. Meditation is for dissolving yourself completely. After that, who is left behind? Nobody. तो किसको एक्सपीरियंस होगा? कोई है ही नहीं. पर हम इसी में फंसे हुए हैं. हमारी यात्रा बहुत सुखद रही. लॉर्ड्स ग्रेस, कॉज इफेक्ट, कॉज एंड इफेक्ट. और हमने बहुत पुण्य किए होंगे अपने जीवन में कि हमारे को इतनी कि सारे धाम, अभी 3 धाम तो हो गए. I told you that usually all 4 dhams is very difficult. Something or the other. We just missed Modi by your collective energy or Bhagwan's grace. Again, I am giving cause. Was there that because of bad weather, Modi didn't come. नहीं तो अपने केदारनाथ के दर्शन नहीं होते. वो सब जो माला लगी थी वो उसके लिए लगी थी, हमारे लिए नहीं लगी थी. See,
But Swami, what should be the thought?
grace.
Sorry, grace.
Grace. Either you take it as grace of the divine, or you take it as everything. What we have been explaining till now, that everything is the expression of that one alone. किसी में अटकना नहीं है. कॉज में भी अटकना नहीं है, इफेक्ट में भी अटकना है. बातों में तुम बोल सकते हो क्योंकि everyone will not understand. But in your heart, you must be very clear that भगवान ने अर्जुन, what did he tell Arjun? I have already killed all these people, man. You will only get the glory of it. You are nimitta matrena. You are only the nimitta. So Bhagwan already, Krishna already knows past, present, future. So when you come to the Atma, everything is complete. Atma by nature is complete. There is nothing to add or subtract from it. So where is question of cause and effect? From water's point of view, everything is complete. There is no addition or subtraction of waves. It is complete. You are also complete. Cause and effect comes when your attention is on the Prakriti. Prakriti will become complete only when it merges into the divine. And what is the Shakti doing? She is manifesting and unmanifesting and never forgetting that she doesn't have an independent existence, or she is inseparable from the Purusha. She knows that. And whenever she forgets, उसको consequences face करने पड़ते हैं. So same way is with your mind also. Orient it in the right manner. So this truth, this Atma, neither by cause and effect it can be gained according to the Vedas, nor by logic it can be gained. No logic. Then why are you explaining so much? Time pass. See, better this logic than thinking about the world. Within that world, satsang is also part of this creation only, Prakriti only. Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti is a part of this creation only. But where do you do sadhana? Do you do sadhana in sleep? No. Do you do sadhana in dream? No. You do sadhana in the sattvic state, which is called Jagrat Avastha. So, waking state. Exactly the same way, when we are moving in this world, rather than have tamasic thoughts, rather than have rajasic thoughts, let's have sattvic thoughts. That is satsang. And what is satsang telling you? You have to go beyond the thoughts.
To understand that there is no logic, you need to listen to the satsang.
Yes, because that is the only way. If I have a thorn has pricked my foot, I will take another thorn and bring out the thorn which has pricked my foot. So similarly, ignorance, all this is expression of Either you can take it off ignorance, if now you're taking me in the other direction. So Prakriti alone is going to help us to go beyond the Prakriti. But when your attention, like in Kenopanishad, the attention of Indra Bhagwan, Indra Devata was on that, ki kaun hai ye nirgun nirakar? Someone is there who is holding this blade of grass, that none of my generals were able to destroy it. Who is this? I think I got a glimpse, but I can't catch. And he kept thinking about it without any distractions. And at that time, where is he thinking? In his mind. And immediately, the total mind in the form of Uma Devi, she appeared. And she explained to him that that is the Parama Purusha. That is the Parama Purusha. So in this way, the Devi comes and helps you to go towards the divine. Indra is part of the creation. So when your attention is on the creation, better your attention be on the Shakti's feet, because she will coordinate, integrate, synchronize everything within and take you to the feet of the Lord, or make you recognize that him. See, just like she recognizes him. How does she recognize him? That she is inseparable from him. How does she recognize herself? That my nature is chanchal. Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. Now bring that whole, what I just told you, bring it to your mind. What is your mind going through? Waking, dream, deep sleep, waking, dream, deep sleep. When your attention is on the total, automatically she will help, or the Lord will help to come back to you. When your attention is on the world outside, then your attention gets broken up into so many, and then attention, wherever you give attention, again, dhyayato vishayan pumsan, sangasteshu pajayate, then the cycle of the downward fall begins. So either you think of the Shakti, the total Shakti, or you think of the Purusha. She knows she has no existence without him. Does your mind know that it is existing without, it cannot exist without the Atma? क्या आपने, don't mess with me, don't you know I am a self-made man. मैंने ये काम किया, मैंने वो काम किया, मैंने ये सिद्धि ली है, मैंने वो सिद्धि ली है. I have done this, I have gone to Kailash so many times, I have gone to Chardham so many times. उसके बाद क्या? उसके बाद क्या? This is what man normally does, no? So get out of all this. So here he says, by क्या कल क्या बोल रहे थे ये लोग? We walk down the what is that? The entire yatra, and you know, Swamiji, we got water bottle free, we got food free, we got noodles free. अरे भगवान के पास आके नूडल और पानी की बोतल के लिए आए थे क्या? Yes, that is also divine. But because you got it free, therefore God is. My attention, why I am bringing you to that attention? Because you got things free, unexpectedly. Is that a proof that God is? Or God is independent of everything? No problem getting it. But don't get excited. Get excited when you don't get also. अरे आज उसने कुछ नहीं दिया. Very good. नहीं, I'm not pointing out you. हम भी सब करते हैं यार. अभी कैसे हाँ?
No, we were sitting in the and then Bhagwan के पास से वो अपने आप बोल दिया. Then we said, oh भगवान के पास से तो वो अपना.
हाँ, तो भगवान, so भगवान became the cause, and the water bottle and the noodles became the effect. So this we should now no more discussion, but this is how naturally our mind goes. This is how naturally our mind goes. Whenever Prakriti or Maya or Shakti starts thinking that she becomes arrogant, that this creation is because of me, or I have given the form to the Purusha, rebirth. उसको भी लेना पड़ता है. Same thing is our mind. This idea of soul is only in our mind. Actually, it is not there. If you can understand what I am saying, good. Otherwise, suffer. We'll conclude here. हाँ मैंने ये नहीं बोला कौन सा सफर. Everyone knows Hindi, no? Huh? You understand the two meanings of suffer? So, with that, we are on the 29th verse. We'll see that tomorrow. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.